English actor Daniel Craig has been making waves in the Hollywood media industry for many years, portraying various lead roles, such as Detective Benoit Blanc in the Knives Out films and Lee in the recently released Queer. However, Craig is arguably most well known for his recurring role as the legendary Agent 007 in the most recent James Bond franchise films. Daniel Craig's reign as James Bond has lasted over 15 years, spanning 5 films including Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, Spectre, and No Time to Die. Given his incredible and persevering performance as the talented MI6 agent, it is not surprising to see his other characters and films begin to slip into lesser-known territory. One such film is The Trench, a 1999 war film written and directed by William Boyd. Current Hollywood hit Cillian Murphy also appears in the film in a smaller role. Murphy has undeniably been gaining momentum over the past decade, starring in Peaky Blinders, A Quiet Place Part 2, and Small Things Like These. He also took home an Oscar BAFTA and Golden Globe for his role as J. Robert Oppenheimer in Christopher Nolan's most recent film, Oppenheimer. Despite The Trench's current obscurity from the entertainment conversation, the star power between Daniel Craig and Cillian Murphy should offer more than enough encouragement for viewers to check it out. The story behind The Trench follows a group of British soldiers in the days leading up to the Battle of the Somme, a real World War I battle that occurred against the German army between July 1 and November 18, 1916. The film's inciting incident comes when Sergeant Winter, Daniel Craig, meets with Lieutenant Hart, Julian Rhind-Tutt, to inform him that his platoon, including Private Rad Rookwood, Cillian Murphy, will be going over their trench to move supplies amid the upcoming battle. However, their initial plans are derailed by the threat of a new attack. Despite an apparent stand-down, one of the soldiers is killed while scouting through a hole in the trench. This tragic event devastates the soldiers, especially Private Billy Mafferlane, Paul Nichols. As a result of the understandably low morale, the soldiers' colonel gives a forced motivational speech to ready them for the upcoming battle. The colonel informs the soldiers that the battle will be easy because the British have been hard at work bombing the German trenches. However, more deaths continue to ensue as supply runs are carried out. The film ends as the soldiers go over their trench, heading towards enemy lines. What Daniel Craig brings to despite Cillian Murphy's appearance in the film, Daniel Craig's starring role truly steals the show. Craig's Sergeant Winter presents himself as a brave and unshakable man of war. However, viewers can understand that his attitude is all a facade designed to give his young soldiers the hope they need to survive the awful conditions they currently exist in. Sergeant Winter knows that he must prepare these young boys for what is certain to be a bloody battle despite what their colonel may say. Craig plays the character in a way that audiences understand his inner turmoil surrounding the events to come. Although the film has received mixed views from critics and audiences, currently holding a 40% on Rotten Tomatoes, Craig's performance has not been the subject of much criticism. Audiences have noted that his performance was captivating, keeping their interest throughout the film. This reliance on performance is particularly important considering the film's choice to focus on the emotional events inside the trench as opposed to the violent nature of the impending battle itself. Unlike many movies in the war genre, The Trench prioritizes emotional performance far more than intense action. The Trench finds its originality within its focus on the emotional turmoil and trauma of the soldiers, many of whom were teenagers, as they await the battle to come. The film uses its relatively low budget to highlight this, whether it be the period-accurate costumes or the debris-strewn setting. The war film does well to envelop viewers in the claustrophobic world of a World War I trench, making audiences feel almost as trapped as the characters within the movie. There is nothing flashy about The Trench, and every element, from its gritty cinematography to the sorrowful musical score, keeps viewers grounded and focused on what the film treats as its most important element: the soldiers, their relationships with one another, and their harrowing pre-battle experience. The Trench is available to stream on Peacock and Prime Video.